I am so thankful today for flowers that grow in the cracks of sidewalks. As Bob Ross would say, a happy little accident. Hey you guys! Alright, it's confession time. I really don't want to share this with you guys. But yeah, I almost toasted my tomato plants. Well, I kind of did. I mean, look at them. Yeah, I did that. Yeah, not my best, not my stellar gardening moment, I'm just gonna say right now. All right, so I made some rosemary oil. I took some oil, olive oil, and I put some rosemary in it in the crock pot, and I cooked it for several days to make an insecticide for spider mites, because I have a really hard time with spider mites on my tomatoes. So I also put some peppermint essential oil and some rosemary essential oil in it, and it worked. Last year I used it and it worked. It was really good. But the key is, this is my concentrate. Yeah, that's the key word here, concentrate. So I'm supposed to use a couple tablespoons of this in a gallon of water and spray it on the tomato plants for spider mites. So I forgot, it'd been a whole year, and I forgot that this was my concentrate, and I just sprayed it full strength on my tomato plants. And then the sun came out, and after about an hour I realized my error, and I tried rinsing them off, you guys. Like, I sprayed them down really good, but sadly I toasted my best producer. This is super fantastic, and they're usually so super fantastic, but not anymore. So I'm just humbled, yeah, by that. Anyway, so I think they might make a comeback. It's such a bummer too, because we got really flash of cool weather, and they would have really put on another whole set of tomatoes, I think, because of that cool nighttime temperatures. So that's okay. You know, we can come back from this. As you can see, I'm still getting lots and lots of beautiful tomatoes. I've got about 30 more inside. So they're still wonderful. They're kind of covered with the oil. And so I have to just go wash them off. But that's okay. We all make mistakes, right? Mine are just for the whole world to see. Or, you know, a lot more people. Yeah, I wish I could just, pretend that didn't happen. But I want to show you guys you know, it's real life. And you get to see my failures along with my successes. So, yes. But if you use this as a concentrate, it really, really does work well on spider mites. So, all right, I'm gonna finish gathering these, and then let me show you, since we're talking about failures and just lay it on out there, let me just show you a couple more in my garden. What's going well? There's a lot going well, and I'm loving it. But there are some things that are not going well. I'll show you. Okay, you guys, because I murdered my tomato plant, pretty much, but don't worry, I have an insurance inside. I have one already rooting, and it's getting some nice roots on it, so that is good news. So it is not lost, and it could still make a comeback, I'm just gonna say. So, but because it no longer has leaves on it to shade the tomatoes, I'm getting some sunspots. The sun gets on the tomato and really makes a white spot where it rots on the tomatoes, so I have to put up some shade. This is also really valuable if you had a big spider mite infestation and you lost the leaves, because spider mites can do something similar. The leaves can just crunch up and turn brown, and then you don't have leaves to shade your plants. So just get this greenhouse shade. I got mine at North Haven Gardens here in Dallas, because I have a hard time getting things online, because I can't tell the thickness or the shade level, the percentage that it's gonna shade. So I would rather get things like this and like row covers in person, because I can really tell how thick they are. So I'm just gonna tie this up here. Yeah, I think I'll take it over. Okay, I think that'll work well. Just to keep the afternoon sun off them while they ripen up. And I don't really have to worry about new blooms, because there aren't any new blooms, you know, getting pollinated. And tomatoes self-pollinate with the wind, so I don't really have to worry about, if there are some blooms, I don't have to really worry about, you know, insects being able to get in there, although they can. I probably will bring it out with a stake right here. Just bring it out with a stake right here, so it won't be right up against the plant. Okay, so welcome to my mess. On a happy note, my Porter Improved tomatoes are just rocking. Look at this, you guys, beautiful. And they're small, this is the tomato they produce, but prolific. And this is an heirloom variety. So I can save these seeds and plant them again and know that this plant is gonna be true to form. Okay, you guys, let's go on with what's not working in the garden. This is my yellow squash. Look at it. It's tiny and not healthy, and yeah. So I planted yellow squash in this whole bed, and they all went like this. So I'm thinking it's some sort of soil disease. Maybe it's not a resistant variety. It was just the heirlooms, early summer squash. So I'm gonna try another one maybe, but not this season. Oh. Let's let the heroes get on their way, shall we? Okay, so this season, I am gonna do more Desi squash, because this is Desi squash. Let me show you the fruit from it. Oh, you guys, I'm just noticing it looks kind of wilty. That's probably the squash vine borer. All right, well, let me show you the fruit. It's got lots of these little round fruits. I can get it on a, yeah, look at that. So I haven't eaten them before. I will let you guys know how they taste. But we'll see. Maybe this will be a replacement for yellow squash. Let me see if I can find where the vine borer is getting in. Oh, yep. You can see right here. That is kind of some stuff they've pushed out. The caterpillar has pushed out from the vine. So there's definitely one in there. So let me see if I can do something about that. So I'm gonna do a little bit of surgery. I've got a knife here and some tweezers. And you guys have to remind me not to leave these in the garden. My husband's always, where are the tweezers? Where are the tweezers? I'm like, would you believe I left them in the garden? And he goes, yeah, I believe it. Okay, so I'm gonna do a surgery. Now, this is kind of after the plant has been infected, something you can do, but a preventative for the squash vine borer. If you don't know the squash vine borer, it is my nemesis, and yeah, it eats my lunch literally every year. No matter, I try to do a lot of different techniques, but it's just really a fight that is really hard to win. But you can spray BT. It stands for Bacillus thuringiensis, something like that. Anyway, it's BT. You can buy it at any garden center or big box store, and you can spray it on down here in the near the root of the plant where the squash vine borer is going to lay its eggs, and that fights against all caterpillars. It's okay for bees and butterflies. It won't harm them. But the only problem with BT is that you have to put it on every time it rains. And right now it's the rainy season, so we're getting a lot of rain. So it's just hard to keep up with, because that squash vine borer It's kind of an orange moth, and you'll see it. It's pretty, it's, you know, it stands out when you see it because it's orange, but it is working tirelessly all the time. And I can't be out here all the time spraying my BT, so, you know, they sneak in. So anyway, let's do surgery and help this plant. All right, I'm filming by myself today, so let's see if I can do this. So what I'm gonna do is just make like a pie shape, it's like a pizza slice, cut in the stem where I saw that that worm had gone in. And there it is. There's our culprit. And there could be more than one. Surprise! Happy gardening, there could be more than one in there. So you think you saved the day and then you might not have. I know, it's disappointing. Squash vine borer, my nemesis. So I'm just gonna pile some dirt on there. I'd rather have compost on there, but I don't have any good compost right now, so put some good garden soil on there. It has some earthworm castings in it though, so that'll be good. So hopefully I saved the day and this plant will perk up. Somebody did say put wood ash around it would help repel the squash vine borer. So I need to try that. I need to go get some wood ash. And then someone also said plant marigolds around them, and that will help with the squash vine borer and the squash bugs, because I do have quite a few squash bugs. You know, I'm gonna fight the good fight and try to get a good harvest. But it seemed like these daisy squash did a lot better than my summer squash variety, so I'm gonna plant more of them. Out with the summer squash, the yellow crookneck squash, and in with desi squash. The other thing that's not growing great in my garden is this Blackburn Asajj tomato. This is the second year that I've grown this, and well, they have the most amazing flavor. I mean, probably the best tasting tomato I've ever had. If you're even not into tomatoes, you're gonna like this one. But as you can see, it just got overcome with spider mites. And this happened last year too, to this variety. It just didn't get very big, and then, oh, something ate that one. It just didn't get very big, and then it got overcome with spider mites, and as you can see, there were no leaves to shade it, so we got a little sunspot. So I'll go in and I'll try to eat that right away. So I'm not sure I'll go with this one again. It had good reviews, but maybe just from my part of the country in Dallas, Texas, it's not the best tomato. I really wish it was though, because they are so good. Maybe I'll try another variety like it I got it from Baker Heirloom Creek Seeds, and it was a free pack of seeds, so that was good. But yeah, this bed is being decimated by spider mites. My green beans didn't do good. They've got spider mites. So that is really frustrating. I need to get my oil out and spray, but not the concentrate. Just the oil with water. But as you can see, I got a good harvest off of it. So, and this is just what happened last year. I wasn't able to save the plants any longer than, you know, a few weeks into the growing season. And then I picked the tomatoes I had and then called it a day. So what I think I'm gonna do here is plant some melons. So hopefully I can have a little melon patch here. As you can see, there's a lot that's going on great in the garden, and then there's some things that aren't going so great, and that's always kind of the way it is. And I can spray and I can, you know, do different things, but what I really need are varieties that are just gonna rock in my climate, that I'm not gonna have to work so hard for, because I'm a busy person, and I know you are too probably. So that's why I keep trying different varieties, and sometimes I stumble across ones like the zucchini rampicase and the Porter Improved tomato that just seem to rock effortlessly in my garden. And And that's what I'm looking for. So that I'm gonna keep trying and keep searching. All right, you guys, I wish you lots of gardening success. And if you want to share some of your failures with me, that would make me feel like I'm not alone. Bye, you guys. Hey, Guster. Ooh. Guster's helping the garden. Say bye.